Very warm welcome to Must Know Topics. In this particular series, I'll be taking down various lecturate and GD topics which will be helpful in preparing for various competitive examinations, including Services Selection Board interviews. The topic that I'll be covering today will be South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, and this will be the 45th lecturate of the series. I'll be covering this particular topic in 8 subdivisions, that is history, reasons for SAARC, objectives, impediments to SAARC growth, South Asia Free Trade Agreement, SAARC Summit, need to induct more observer, and differences between ASEAN and SAARC. Well, coming to the introduction part, it was established in the year 1985 and was founded in Dhaka, Bangladesh. The first summit was also conducted in Dhaka, Bangladesh, and it is headquartered at Kathmandu, Nepal. There are totally 8 members and 9 observers of the SAARC, and it is the only regional grouping having more number of observers than its members. Its members include Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka and Afghanistan. So these are the 8 members, and the current Secretary General is from Sri Lanka. Well, coming to the reasons for the formation of SAARC, well, there was a requirement to focus on regional and trade cooperation, and moreover the SAARC region covers the poorest regions and 1/4 of the world's population. Thus it was very much important for the poorest countries or the developing economies to come together and form a regional grouping. Well, talking about the objectives, an annual event of SAARC, that is South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, discusses many multilateral issues which are of common concern to its members, so that it can be collectively promoted to international forums. And some issues include like financial, world trade clauses, environmental issues and development issues. Coming to impediments to SAARC's growth. So well, basically the SAARC summit is mere talking shops. Moreover, there are Indo-Pakistan tensions, which is one of the major hindrances to the SAARC growth, and Pakistan holds back economic cooperation. I'll cover this part in the next slide. And fear of India's dominance. Now basically India is the 5th largest economy in the world, and it contributes around 3.5% to the world's economy. Thus there is a fear that India will dominate these regions. There is a fear of trade under liberalized conditions as well. After the SAFTA, the revenues were brought to very less amount, and because of which it is consider that there is a fear of trade because of the liberalized conditions to these particular regions. Well, most of the 8 members have similar socio-economic background, and regional groupings like ASEAN, NAFTA and UO, that is European Union, serves the economic interest in all its member countries, whereas this is not the case of SAARC. Now most of the member countries have trading from outside the members list. For example, Pakistan looks forward to other Asian countries, African countries and Latin American countries, and this is the result where there is a trade deficit. Well, basically this formation was done in order to increase the internal trade and discuss on multilateral issues, so that these regions develop and contribute to a larger amount in the world's economy. But these are some of the hindrances which is causing the issues. Well, coming to the South Asia Free Trade Agreement, this was decided during SAARC summit at Kathmandu. It was signed in the year 1993, and the draft was prepared by the end of 2002, and it was implemented in 2006. So basically because of this, it has become a reality that there are less inter-border checks and less custom duties on every products that are being traded or transported between these countries. Well, coming to the SAARC summit, the last summit, that was the 18th summit, was conducted at Kathmandu, and it brought 3 pacts, that is Energy Pact for Cooperation, Motor Vehicles Agreement and Railways Connectivity Agreement. In this particular part, the Pakistan particularly agreed for Energy Pact for cooperation, but it did not give its approval. Rather, it was opposed by Pakistan. This Motor Vehicles Agreement and Railways Connectivity Agreement was opposed by Pakistan. So as I mentioned earlier that Pakistan holds back economic cooperation, and this is the major reasons. Like, there are some specific pacts which was agreed by almost all the member nations, but it is being opposed by Pakistan. Moreover, the 19th summit which was to be conducted at Pakistan was called off due to the Uri attack, and even the next summit, that is to be held in 2020, is to be conducted in Pakistan, but as of now there is no news about it because of the COVID-19. Well, the importance, there is one more important fact about SAARC, that there are more number of observers than its members. Like, there are 9 observers and there are only 8 members. So basically, is there any need to induct more observers in SAARC? Well, India and Pakistan hold up different positions regarding the same. For example, India states that the internal process of SAARC needs to be stabilized, and for that purpose a moratorium on addition of more observers was imposed in 2008 Colombo summit. And Pakistan position is that it supports Turkey's request for observer status and wants moratorium to be lifted up. It also welcomed China's interest in interactive partnership. Well, coming to the differences between ASEAN countries and SAARC countries. ASEAN is more homogeneous when compared with SAARC. SAARC has limited economic and political agenda, whereas ASEAN have wider political and economic outlook. Moreover, the major reasons for the creation of ASEAN was threat perception from China. Now, well, if we consider the recent news, SAARC virtual summit was held, and in that particularly India contributed 10 million USD for relief in order to fight against the COVID-19. Bangladesh 1.5 million USD, Nepal 1 million USD, Afghanistan 1 million USD, Maldives 200,000 USD, and Bhutan 100,000 USD, whereas Pakistan and Sri Lanka are yet to declare their contribution for the fund. Well, I hope that this topic would have been useful. In case you like this video, do hit the like button and subscribe the channel. Thank you.